Okay, guys, we're gonna be cruising because the next few sections are entire concepts.
Oh, yes. One concept per day now.
Yes, instead of how many weeks do we spend on?
Yeah.
Okay, so concept number 5, guide concept number 5, laser focus. Focus is the difference between a laser that can cut through metal and the same amount of energy spread out in a freezing cold warehouse. Support the hero as they learn to better apply the 80-20 principle to focus on the factors with the highest leverage for desired outcome. As much as possible, as you are instructing the hero, narrow the focus to the smallest point of impact possible. The one objective, the next step, the main idea, the fewest words. As quickly as possible, zero in on the critical few ideas to present. The ideas that will give the hero the greatest transformational leverage. Drop the rest.
Less scattered is more desired outcome. Yes, you could have your hero bring a bag full of tools and run around chopping at a bunch of trees. But at the end of the day, there would be little to show for the effort. If instead we focus the hero on selecting and sharpening the one tool and applying maximum effort on the number one tree, your hero has only to keep moving and the result will be an inevitable conclusion.
Inevitable conclusion means it's just gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. You keep moving, it's gonna happen.
Yep. Oh, I did it again.
You like doing
I
it.
don't know why. Okay. Look. Okay, here we go. So, as quickly as possible, zero in on the critical few ideas to present. The ideas that will give the hero the greatest transformational leverage. Drop the rest. Less scattered is more desired outcome. And so, like, instead of chopping all of the trees, like, have one tree and focus on one tree. So it's like 80-20, which we talked. Did we talk?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we talked about earlier. So yeah, critical few, and then chopping the trees, and just laser focus. And it's funny because a lot of times people will have a lot of different focus areas of focus, and they'll go to a little bit in each one, a little bit in each one, and then at the end of the day, they can't see very much progress in each of the ones that they've done. But cumulatively, they did a lot. But they're not gonna have this, like, you can't just see, I did this today. It's like I cleaned part of that closet, and I did part of that, assignment at school, and so that's what someone might think we're talking about, is just being able to see your progress and being able to get really far on one thing, and that's fine to think that. But then it's also so much more, because we're talking about your internal focus and where to place your internal focus instead of letting your thoughts be scattered. Your thoughts actually get more and more focused, and that's an experience I want to talk about really quick.
Go for it.
Because I gradually improved my ability to focus as I was on my path to up mastery, and it was so gradual that I didn't really see the full impact. I mean, I knew I was doing things I wouldn't have been capable of before, like going to seminars for 10 hours, 6 days straight and stuff like that. Like, I knew I was doing things differently than I had been doing before, but I couldn't quantify the amount of focus ability that I had, because it came on so gradually. And then when I did my 7-day fast and I was very weak physically, it came at a time where it was not very good timing on my part. We were moving countries. Yeah, and so I was really weak physically, or at least I felt like I should be weak physically, because I hadn't eaten for so long, and so then I was weak. So I'm not sure how much of it was that I thought I should be weak because I hadn't eaten, or I actually was weak because my body didn't have nutrients. I'm not sure which of those it was, but it felt like I definitely felt weak, regardless of the reason. And I had decreased ability to focus. Like, I just noticed it so well. Like, we were driving for part of the time, and I usually can keep a lot of mental focus on what the person is saying and not get distracted with my own thoughts. And then also, I can take something that they're saying and link it to something else, and then remember that later and bring it together and talk about it. Like, there are things that I've done just naturally as in my up mastery, where increased my mental focus and my ability to have laser focus. And I didn't know it so much. But then I had that week and I was like, oh my gosh, normally I can do this and so much more. So it really gave me greater appreciation for this ability, new ability to focus. And we talk about this in other areas when we talk about bandwidth, like the bandwidth.
Yeah. And we also used when we were talking about the simplicity model, how useful being focused, laser focused. You're talking about like mental focus too, but also the laser focus of narrowing things down to fewer inputs.
Yes.
So we can master those inputs rather than having so many that we're overwhelmed or it's hard to master them.
Yes. So both, I kind of brought out like three different kinds of focus.
Different aspects of focus. And another one is like watching Stacy when she starts working on a project now. She just can go for hours and just that kind of focus where you just apply your energy and your attention and you just keep going until you get done instead of taking breaks or getting distracted or doing a little bit here and there. It's just, so you can just
different than I
go.
used to be, 100%
So
different. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I talked to a lot of different points about focus, and so I wasn't exactly being the best
focus. But it was all about focus.
It was all I'm like, let's talk about this about focus and
focus,
this about
focus over here. But they're all parts of focus.
But if we were to just focus on just this section.
Okay, yes.
We're talking about focusing so as much as possible as you are instructing the hero, narrow the focus to the smallest point of impact. So we're talking about the smallest point of impact. The one objective, the next step, the main idea, the fewest words. So, yes.
Okay. Tomorrow.
Bye.